Welcome to the program. I'm John McKee. Today, we'll explore some tools and techniques that can help every hunter. First, we'll meet a world-class dog trainer who specializes in bird dogs. Then, we'll spend some time at a popular fishing spot very close to downtown Pittsburgh. And finally, we'll take a look at some scent-related products that every whitetail hunter can appreciate. All this when we return with the Western Pennsylvania Outdoor Guide.
If you like to watch outdoor shows, then check out the Western Pennsylvania Outdoor Guide every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. right here on WBGN television. We spotlight seasonal outdoor activities in our own backyard, from turtle hunting to fishing to preparing wild game recipes and much more. Tune in and find out why this award-winning series has so much to offer. That's the Western Pennsylvania Outdoor Guide, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on WBGN television.
You're a duck hunter, and duck hunters know you have to go to the ducks. An express boat can get you there, whether it's down the river, across the lake, or through the timber. With its durable, all-welded aluminum hull and plenty of room for your decoys, guns, and other gear, you can depend on your express boat to take you to the ducks.
If excitement is what floats your boat, then check out the 2001 Lund models at Bob Warren Boat Sales. You'll make a splash with your friends and family with a new Lund boat from Bob Warren Boat Sales. We service most major boats, motors, and trailers. For boat show pricing on Lunds year-round, come to Bob Warren Boat Sales, Route 38 Butler. Call 724-285-5503. Simply the best. If you're looking for a fishing boat, look no farther. From tournament bass boats to fish and ski boats, we've got them, all powered by Mercury Outboards. Boat Fish Fun Shop, located in Mount Pleasant, specializes in Triton, Ranger, Stroker, and Monarch boats, powered by Mercury and driven by you. Boat Fish Fun Shop is a full-service Mercury dealer with computer hookup to Mercury Parts Department for all Mercury, Mariner, and Mercruiser engines. Our factory-certified technicians offer complete service. Stop in to see us in Mount Pleasant or call 724-547-9499.
This week's How-To segment takes us to Blairsville, where our own Pete Maltese visits Daryl Thomas at the Black Lick Shooting Preserve. So let's sit back and listen as Daryl Thomas explains the basics of training bird dogs on this segment of Pete's Corner.
Hi, I'm Peter Maltese and welcome to another segment of Pete's Corner. Today we're going to be taking a look at basic training for dogs. To show us how is Daryl Thomas. Daryl, nice seeing you again.
Nice seeing you.
All right, tell us what we're going to do with these dogs.
What I'm going to try doing today is explaining to you how to get your pup started. It's a very important part of dog training is getting your pup in the right direction.
At what age should you start a dog?
As soon as you bring them home from the breeder. They start off just by socializing with the dog, bringing them into the family and getting involved with the dog, because that's very important that the dog gets to understand you.
You mean in the house?
Sure. Well, in the house or in the kennel, whichever you prefer. It doesn't hurt a bird dog to have them in the house.
All right, and I know there's different types of bird dog. What type is this one?
This particular dog right here is an English pointer.
What other ones are there?
There's Gordon Setters, English Setters, Brittany Spaniels, Weimaraners, Vizslas. That's just some of the pointing breeds.
Is one better than the other for?
It's hard to say. It's on the individual dog, how they're bred, that kind of thing.
All right, and the first thing you're going to do with him is what?
Well, what we're going to do is just take them out through the field here, get them quartering through the field, and getting them used to the things that are out there from the age of 2 months, just getting them used to it, but not working them around birds. You know, he's got to be bold enough and ready to be worked on birds, because that's important. If you take a young dog and he's not ready for birds, why, you can run into problems.
I'd like, what kind of problem?
Well, you know, say if you're running your pup out through the field there and you're wanting to work him on some quail or some pigeons, and he works that bird, and you have the bird set wrong, like around a branch or something, and say that bird flies and that young pup goes in to chase after that bird and gets whacked with a branch, what do you have? A bird-shy dog.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So there's a lot of points that you got to watch when you're starting your dog around birds. He's got to be ready. He's got to be running the field, not around birds. Just get used to the woods and the things that are out there, exploring.
Is there any particular age that you that they come into?
For when I start them on their birds at 6 months old.
All right, Dale. What are we going to do today?
What we're going to do today is we're going to take this young pup and we're going to work him out through the field into the wind. Pointing dogs work strictly on air scent, not ground scent. So we're going to work this dog into the wind and get him cornering through the field and get him to point this bird that we have planted out here.
I didn't know that they would on air scent.
Strictly air scent. A pointing dog should always work with his head in the air, not on the ground.
What are we doing? All right, you planted some birds out?
Well, what we start young pups on are pigeons. It's a fast bird, and you know, it gets out of there and the dog forgets about it.
Okay, Guy, you ready to go? Let's go.
Okay.
Right now he has a length of rope on the dog, so the dog don't travel too far. He gets him used to that distance away from the trainer. He's trying to get the dog to work left to right, and this is one part of the training. He has planted some birds out, and I think the dog is on the birds right now. That he's coming up closer. There he is. And this is all in the training process right now. I think he's on the bird, and you can see him bringing the rope in. He's a little unsteady, but Daryl's getting to him. They'll show him how and what to do, and I think he reward him. As right now, the bird just took off. It's a pigeon that will stay around the area. That dog had no idea where the bird was until he scented him. Hey, Guy, that was pretty good. That was pretty darn good, Guy. You did real well. Really happy. That was pretty neat and unique. That's how you go about teaching them.
Starting a pup, you work him into the wind, and you know, when you got a pup that's 6 months old, he might not point as well as that dog did right there. Mm-hmm. And it comes through work and flushing birds in front of him to get him the experience to start pointing.
Well, I was pretty impressed when he stood there. He was a little unsteady, but
he's a pup. That's pups, and that's where training comes in. The natural instinct is pointing a bird. It's bred into them. But the training comes in of holding.
How often do you have to take the dog out?
I train every day myself because I'm a professional. But like, say someone has one dog twice a week on your commands, working at least 10-15 minutes a day.
All right, say I had a young pup like this and I wanted to train him. Can I bring him out here for you to train him?
Sure.
But then will he respond to my commands?
Well, see, the thing I do with my customers is I take them, they come up to me once a week and work with me and the dog, and I'm showing them and taking them through the steps of what I'm doing so they can convert over to the owner.
All right, so in other words...
There's a difference.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. In other words, you're training me as well as the dog.
Sure.
All right, say I wanted to get a dog like this. Can I come to you? Do you breed these dogs?
Yes.
That I can come up here and get one?
Yeah.
And then also have you train them with me?
I take the dogs at 6 months of age. I don't take them before that. I suggest to the people that before you bring them to a professional, to work with them at home, and there's things to do at home before you bring them to me. The things that you can work on are playing with them in the field, keeping them on, get them leash broke, put them on a leash. You know, when they're puppies, they like to tug around and stuff. So get them used to a leash, get them used to you being at home and that kind of stuff, and that gets them ready for me. Don't be shooting guns around them or working them around birds. Leave that to me. I'll show you how to do that.
That was my next question, is about shooting. When the dog is on the point and you flush, do most of them jump or flinch or run away?
When I finish a dog to stay the wing and shot, which is later on training, no. When that bird flies and I shoot the gun, he's to remain stay the wing and shot.
So the dog training is in series. You have to go through a process.
In steps, and it's all on the individual dog. If he's ready for that, I don't bring the dogs. I don't pressure the dogs at all. The dogs let me know when they're ready to be broke.
Okay, this is what a dog that has a proper training is about. This is one of the dogs who are in the final stages of training. His point is a little bit steadier, more solid. As you can see, he's got it right there and he's holding it. And now what's going to happen is his second dog, and the training, the final training of the second dog here is we'll go up to that point and he will honor the first dog's point. He will not go in and flush the dogs out. As you can see, he sees the first one and he's coming up very slowly to the point. That's what they call honoring the first point. And there he is. He's got it. He will not go any closer than that until he is called. Now I think Daryl is going to flush the bird. But that is pretty. Oh, that is beautiful. I tell you, to train a dog like that takes hours and hours and hours of time. It just don't happen overnight. This nothing that nice happens quickly. There goes the bird now, as you can see. I'm very impressed, Daryl. Thanks a lot for all this information.
Sure.
And we'll see you again.
After the break, we'll check out a popular fishing spot near downtown Pittsburgh. Stay with us.
Turkey Duster game calls have proudly been manufactured in Somerset, Pennsylvania since 1985. By hunters, for hunters. Featuring many unique calls that have added features that you simply can't find anywhere else. These calls have been field tested for years so that your satisfaction is guaranteed. We also offer owl calls, deer calls, and hunting accessories. For more information, log on to our website at www.turkeyduster.com. For a free brochure of all our unique products, call toll-free 1-877-887-5390. That's Turkey Duster game calls, made in the USA, by hunters, for hunters.
Hi, today we're going to talk about buying the proper fishing rod. You want to spend the bulk of your fishing dollar on your fishing rod. This is not a place to pinch pennies. This is your link to the fish. Keeping in mind, fishing rods today come in a bulk of different materials. We talk about fiberglass or e-glass rods. They're very expensive, they're most durable, they're very flexible, and they're used a lot for trolling operations. Next we're going to talk about the most popular rod, the graphite rod. When I say graphite rod, I mean graphite, not graphite composite. You can always tell this by the weight of the rod. The weight of the rod should be 3.5 to 4 ounces for an average 6-foot rod. Next we're talking about boron rods. Boron rods are very expensive. They're not real good in cold weather. They get brittle, and they just don't function well in all types of situations. When you buy your fishing rod, keep in mind that you want to get a good cork handle, free from major defects, fish eyes, and divots, and metal rod seats. That's it, folks. Just keep jigging and cranking.
Our fishing enthusiast, Fred Wpog, has been angling the area's waterways longer than anyone can remember. This week, Fred and Pete Maltese head over to Harmerville, where Deer Creek empties into the Allegheny River. So let's see how they make out on the water with Fred.
Well, we're here on the Allegheny River at Deer Creek. We're throwing around a head breaker and had a couple bumps, but nothing real serious yet. The river's high. But we have to remember, we're here in the middle of December. The temperature's about 52 degrees. You don't hit too many days like that in December. But we're pretty happy with it. It's a nice day just to be out here. Of course, we tend to catch some fish, but Pete and I come down, we're throwing head breakers around, and we figure that if there's any sauger or any walleyes in here, maybe we could antagonize one into grabbing a hold here. It's a beautiful spot, and it's where Deer Creek comes into the Allegheny. So the water out of Deer Creek is a little bit warmer, and We all know that walleyes and sauger, well, just about all the fish, like to congregate right at the mouth of a creek. So that's where we're at. We'll just have to stay here until they get underway.
This is a really unique stream because it's clean and clear, and when it goes into the river, it turns a little muddy, and right where that mud line is, sometimes, most of the times down here, about just as it gets dark, you can see the walleye coming in, and you see the minnows skipping across the top of the water, and within 20 minutes you'll have a bowl. I mean, you really have a good time down here. Most of the times, when it gets too cold, is when I usually like to come down here. Right now it's a nice balmy day, and it's early. It's a little too early for them to start hitting, so we're just playing around to see if there is any loose stragglers around right now. This is a few minutes from town. It's right near the turnpike. It's probably one of the best kept secrets there is in this part of the area for fishing.
I have my own theory about these fish coming up into the mouth of these creeks like this at this time of the year. A lot of the walleyes in that sauger like to go to the dam. And I personally feel that this is a false spawning run. And what happens is the temperature of the water, as it starts down in the fall, it reaches all around the 59 degree to 50 degrees. And them walleyes in that, their bionic clock tells them that it's time to spawn. Of course, they're not ready to spawn yet, but they come up into the spawning areas. And creeks like this are great places for the walleye and sauger to spawn out of the current of the river. And they come up here and find a nice pocket with stones and sand bottom, and they lay their eggs in. And then what happens is they hang around here until the water starts warming again, and when it reaches that temperature, they do spawn. A lot of times they spawn at night, but they're in the general area. We're in where there's fish here. It's just that we haven't antagonized any to bite yet, but they're in here. Well, Pete, this proves that old adage: a bad day of fishing is better than a good day of work.
Yeah, you know, it really does me in when I see all these fishing shows, but they pull up a fish every few minutes.
Yeah.
That just don't happen with us.
It doesn't happen with anybody, Pete. No. I think anybody with a little common sense knows what goes into that. We had a great time out here. That's what we're pressing for, is for people to come out and enjoy what's out here.
Right, relax. The relaxation is what I
mean, it just, here we are 12 miles from Pittsburgh, and it's just as calm and peaceful here. You can hear the cars in the background, but aside from that, the flow of the river and the ducks flying up and down the river.
It's a pleasant,
beautiful.
Enjoyable evening to spend. And it isn't that far from town. It's just a nice...
12 miles, and that's, my goodness, everybody can take time out and enjoy this. Anybody get new fishing gear for Christmas or that, this is a good place to bring it to try it out.
Give it a try, especially the boots. Especially if the boots leak, I'll bring them down here. Because my boots apparently leaked, and I tell you, I got cold feet there for a while.
That water's cold.
Darn right it's cold.
That water's cold.
Yeah,
it was a beautiful day. The temperature's only 52 degrees. Geez, for the middle of December, somebody up here is smiling at us.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got a very special segment for the Western Pennsylvania Outdoor Guide. We call it Using Common Sense. Stay with us.
In business, image is important. First impressions do make a difference. If your business has a cleaning problem, look to the professionals at Ingram's Cleaning Service. Since 1979, Ingram's Cleaning Service offers customized, consistent quality cleaning services for all types of businesses. Our business is to maintain the image of your business. We offer periodical cleaning schedules, professional workers and supervisors, and of course, follow-up inspections. In business, customer service is important. Ingram's Cleaning Service can be a silent partner in maintaining your image as a high-quality company. For more information, call area code 412-751-7469.
We make it our business to help our customers maintain a positive, professional image. If you have a cleaning problem, we are the solution.
When you have tree problems, call Ray's Tree Service. We specialize in large tree removal, but no job is too big or small. At Ray's Tree Service, we go out on a limb for you. For a free estimate, call 412-672-6456 for storm damage, emergency service, stump removal, and more. Ray's Tree Service is fully insured and is a certified line clearance tree trimmer. So write this number down, 412-672-6456, or for 24-hour emergency service, call 412-427-1117. If you like to watch outdoor shows, then check out the Western Pennsylvania Outdoor Guide every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. right here on WBGN Television. We spotlight seasonal outdoor activities in our own backyard, from turtle hunting to fishing to preparing wild game recipes and much more. Tune in and find out why this award-winning series has so much to offer. That's the Western Pennsylvania Outdoor Guide, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on WBGN Television. Our how-to man, Pete Maltese, always introduces us to interesting guests. This week, we will continue our discussion of the importance of scent to deer hunters and outdoor photographers. As always, we at the Western Pennsylvania Outdoor Guide try to give you unique tips and insights into outdoor-related how-to topics. Today, we will examine two products that are important tools for hunting the white-tailed deer. Unlike humans, the deer's sense of smell is an important survival mechanism. The herd tends to avoid unfamiliar odors. In fact, smell plays a major role in the herd's social hierarchy as well as its sexual reproduction. The two products that we feature today can dramatically add to the success of the hunt. So without further hesitation, let's use some common scent on this segment of Pete's Corner.
Hi, I'm Peter Maltese, and welcome to another segment of Pete's Corner. Today we're going to continue our knowledge on scent. This is the Scent Lock suit that eliminates odor, and this is the Buck Hustler that disperses scent. I have here with me Ray Matucci. Ray. Big Freddie. Hi, Freddie.
How you doing, Pete?
And Dennis Hayes. Dennis. Hi, Raymond. Go ahead, tell me about this one now.
Well, we have the latest technology on heating scent, and what we're doing is we're heating this up and creating a steam vapor. And what this is doing is simulating an animal, the odor that an animal will be putting out, which animals locate each other through the sense of smell. So what we're doing is we're creating a steam vapor that will allow these animals to locate the source which is being heated.
You have to watch which way the wind is blowing, and what happens if it's snowing or raining? Does that affect this at all?
Well, as far as the rain, we have a deflector that sits over top of here. And what this does, that eliminates the rain from wanting to drop down inside of that and putting that little burner out down in there.
I see. We have now another new item that Freddie has on. It's called the Scent Lock suit. What this does is eliminates human odor. Freddie, tell us a little bit about it.
Well, this is a charcoal suit, Pete. And the charcoal just seems to eat human odor. If you have the suit on, now it comes with a hood too. I don't have the hood on naturally, but the suit isn't worn on the exterior as you see it right now. What you do is you put this on, and now I put my hunting clothes on over this, my camouflage or my red suit.
You don't put this on right to your skin. You put it over your...
Over your warming clothes.
Okay.
This has no warming properties at all. It's strictly a charcoal suit that eats odor. And when you have this on, it just sucks up all the human odor. And the main thing about it is to eliminate the odor. And the Buck Hustler is to put odor. So this does away with your odor. This here brings you the odor that you want in the air.
Ray, that sounds like a deadly combination, doesn't it?
They work hand in hand. With what we have here, we're being able to entice an animal to come to this scent because of its long-range capabilities and because of its power. It's its overwhelming strength because of the steam. On the other hand, I see you have one on under your jacket here. And what that's doing is that's sucking up your odors, which is, people go through rituals. They baking soda, all kinds of scent wash. I mean, shower after shower, keep the human odor down.
I go through a ritual that takes up a lot of my time for scent mask, which is very important. Anytime you're using deer lure, a lot of hunters got to remind themselves how important it is to mask scent. And this suit here, what more can I say about it? I've been waiting for something like this to come along for a long time, Pete.
With this and working towards absorbing odor, and with this working towards putting out odor, I think that we have a very good combination for the hunters and photographers in the future.
You know, it sounds like just like it's a deadly combination.
Nice thing about this, Pete, is the suit lasts for scent for 3 weeks. Just to reactivate it, you never wash it, you just put it back in the dryer. And see, it's not against your skin, so it's not picking up your sweat and everything else. But at the same time, it's not exposed to the exterior.
Yeah, in order to reactivate the charcoal, you just put it in the dryer at high heat, and the high heat will reactivate the charcoal. And
for 3 weeks, that's most guys' hunting season.
This thing is so unique that it has the hood, it has the gloves, the hood, and they tie back, so this flaps are not in your eyes or on your face. I'm very impressed with that.
That mask on right, Pete, it's up right to your nose level, and your mouth is inside the suit. So any mouth odor that you have goes into the suit also. And when you can eliminate the human odor, and you have a device as unique as this,
Deadly combination.
That is exactly a deadly
It's a
combination.
hunter's dream.
This is the ScentLock suit that eliminates odor, and this is the Buck Hustler that disperses scent. So between the two, well, you guys are going to have it pretty easy.
That's our show for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please send your questions, comments, or suggestions for future program topics to the Western Pennsylvania Outdoor Guide in care of MWM Productions. Post Office Box 596, McKeesport, PA 15134. On behalf of the entire staff that's worked to bring you this and every episode of the Western Pennsylvania Outdoor Guide, I'm John McKee. Thanks for joining us.